At some point, you stopped pretending that being around people felt good, and the part that should have scared you, it felt like relief. Society calls people like you isolated, withdrawn, closed off. But here is the question nobody thinks to ask. What if pulling away is not running from connection? What if it is the first honest thing you have done in years? And what if understanding why changes everything? Part 1. The Shift. Think about the last time you genuinely wanted to see someone, not out of guilt, not routine, actually wanted to. There was a version of you who showed up for everyone, absorbed every problem, gave everything, and asked for nothing back, like a phone always charging everyone else that never once got plugged in itself. And nobody ever checked on you. So one day you stopped picking up, not out of anger, not even a decision, you just stopped. The world did not fall apart, it got quiet. And in that quiet, you could finally breathe. But here is what nobody warned you about. You did not miss them. Part 2. Where it actually started. And here is why that matters more than you realize, because it means this did not start recently. It started somewhere you were not old enough to protect yourself from. Psychologist John Bowlby found that a child does not need perfect love, just consistent love, predictable love. But when the person you needed most was warm one day and completely unreachable the next, your brain made a permanent decision. The same way a child who touches a hot stove does not debate pulling back, your brain learned to pull back from people, automatically, permanently. So it found a safer place, inside. You did not learn to pull away from people, you learned to pull away from pain. The people were just attached to it. Part 3. What your brain became. There is a part of your brain called the insula. It scans every room you walk into, every person you meet, measuring threat, reading trust. In most people, it operates normally, but in people with your history, it never fully switched off. Think of a security alarm triggered so many times early on that now it fires even when the door is simply being opened. Neuroscientist Bessel van der Kolk spent decades studying emotional pain, and what he found was haunting. The nervous system becomes a memory system. Every person who drained you, every relationship that left you hollow, your body recorded all of it, and now it responds before your mind has even finished thinking. Most people call that being guarded. The more accurate word is experienced. Part 4. The ability that looks like a flaw. And here is the reversal nobody sees coming. That same nervous system wired by pain gave you something extraordinary. You read people deeply, you sense when warmth has a condition underneath it, when someone is performing care rather than actually feeling it, when a relationship is going to cost more than it ever returns. That friend who seemed supportive, you felt something was off by month 2. That relationship that felt slightly hollow from the first week, you were right, you were always right before they even proved it. That is not paranoia, that is years of real data. The problem is, once you can see that clearly, almost nobody passes. And that has been quietly taking one thing from you. Trust. Part 5. The most honest part of this video. Not trust in others, trust in yourself, to know the difference between two things that feel identical from the inside. There is protection, where the people still present genuinely earned their place, where silence feels like oxygen. And then there is the other thing, where the wall went up so long ago that even people who are actually safe still feel like a risk, where you have talked yourself out of people who could have genuinely helped, not because they were dangerous, but because your brain could not tell the difference anymore. Your body already knows which one this is. Relief means protection. But if a particular kind of emptiness still follows you into the silence you worked so hard to build, the wall has become the cage. Part 6. The only question that matters. A 75-year Harvard study followed hundreds of people across their entire lives. After all of it, one variable predicted almost everything. Not what they achieved, who they let in, not how many, who. So here is the only question worth sitting with tonight. The version of you in total silence. No performance, no pretending. Does that version feel free? Or does that version feel like someone's still waiting? Waiting for one person to prove that letting them in will not cost everything. If that landed somewhere real, drop one word in the comments. Whatever this stirred, because the person who needs to read your word might already be in the comments right now, waiting to feel less alone. Protect your peace.